Buns
all out.
It's pressed.
Well, then.
Welcome. We're live. What's up?
Are we recording?
Oh yeah, we're fucking
Yeah,
going.
we're going live right now.
We're fucking going, bro.
I hope so.
Anyway, welcome into this AFC South Show 220. My name is Curtis Brown. I'm the host of the channel. With me, as always, my resident co-hosts, Eric, who is filling in for the usual Isaiah. You can find Isaiah, Eric, and Trevor over on Third and Teal. Make sure you like, subscribe over there. Also, check out Let's Talk the video files. Like, subscribe, notification bell over there. Do the same thing at the bottom right for Unstable. You can go ahead and check them out on X at unstabled_CPN. You can also find Jeffrey here across a litany of podcasts from time to time. So check out Tag Team Talk. Make sure you check out Justin's efforts with Kingmaker Sports. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Do the same thing for Titan's Table for Two and our main man, Andrew. Didn't mean to rhyme that time. I should. It's still happening. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, notification bell for Titans. And do the same thing for That Real Texas Team podcast, as well as the Twitter channel. This AFC South show, SHW at the end there on X.
Made by one of our.
I thought the sign said Titan for the only two fans.
No. This is made by one of our young fans, aka my daughter, and it's we love y'all, Dad and Christian.
Oh,
yeah.
Right on.
So love you, baby.
Oh,
All right, show it on the pod.
oh,
God.
so sweet.
Oh.
All right, gentlemen.
Onion.
In a
This is
week,
my away sign when it's not my turn to talk.
He's crying behind the sign.
in a week, we were all underdogs. Only one of us got the win, that being the Colts.
Titans. Oh,
So if you're
No.
new here, the winner always waits, and the biggest loser goes first when we do recap.
Yeah.
And before we get into all of that, let's ask the
Uh-huh.
main questions here. Is anybody banged up after the game? Anybody missing anybody major? Andrew?
we are Jeff Simmons came out of the game really early. I believe it's a hamstring injury for our boy Jeff. He tested it out, couldn't go. Snead left with a quad about halfway through the game, a little bit after half, and they've already announced that it's going to be a while before he comes back. I wouldn't be surprised if Snead has played his last game in the Titans uniform. The other like little bumps and bruises, but those are the two biggest ones for sure. And then we don't have a head coach, so also injured there.
Jeff,
And the pride.
any injuries for the Colts, Jeffrey?
It was nice. Kenny Moore came back, but I think he's still dealing with it. Like, you could tell he was trying to still stretch when he was on the field. So it has him listed as an Achilles still. He didn't participate today. But I mean, other than that, they came out of this game relatively healthy. Josh Downs, it looks like he's coming back from his concussion. Jalen Jones was activated, so his window is open for the 21 days. So as soon as he comes back, that'll be much welcome. But as far as injuries go, it's nothing really changed from last week. So they came out of this pretty healthy.
Okay. Eric, any Jaguars?
Well, not necessarily. No. It's just same old thing. People we went into the game injured. Devin Lloyd, Murray with his neck issues, but he still played in the game for a little bit. Just regular crew that's been on the injury reports, leading up to the game. Nothing major.
Heard. Nico Collins is dealing with a concussion. He did not participate, and neither did Christian Kirk. So the Texans are looking down the barrel of Week 8 without the top two receivers. And then Dalton Schultz was a limited participant today in practice. It might be more of a precautionary thing, but it is something to keep an eye on, especially if you're big in fantasy, because he blew the fuck up last week. So But all right, gentlemen, let's get into this recap. Where I know we're a little late as far as it's Wednesday, and it's a little late to be doing it. But hey, we're fucking here now, so let's get it. Eric, 35-7 overseas.
Man,
Before we get into it, here
No,
was
Robert, we don't.
Yeah, we do. Our guys can catch a football.
Dude, I started looking at mock drafts like 2 weeks ago.
here's what everybody said for the predictions for this game. I said 20-14 Rams. Eric said 21-17 Rams. I believe, was this Jeff or Justin?
I was on it.
Okay. Jeff, 23-21 Rams, and Andrew 24-20 Rams. So obviously none of us really kind of expected the lopsided affair that it turned out to be. But Eric, let's hear about it from the Jaguars' perspective.
The Jaguars' perspective is the chickens came home to roost Sunday. That's just honestly. The defense didn't get any turnovers. The offense couldn't move the ball, and the offensive line sucked. Everything we talked about on the preview show actually happened in this game. Matthew Stafford went to work. You hear me? He didn't need Puka Nutua or whatever the boy name is. He didn't need him. He was,
Man, you say names worse than I do.
Hey, I'm old. Leave me alone. These new names, man. But yeah, it was horrible, man. Penalties. Had 18 penalties called, 13 of them accepted. I mean, that's a lot of penalties. We had a punt return call back because of a clipping call. Which would have changed the momentum in the game. I think it would have made it like 21-7 or 14-7 at the time he returned it. Changed the momentum a little bit, but the penalties is what's stopping us more or less. And as I said, defensively, they couldn't stop. They couldn't stop them. They stopped the run, but they couldn't stop the pass. Devontae Adams just. He basically did what he wanted to. Besides that one play with Travis Hunter on him, he couldn't get nothing that time. But other than that, he was just doing what the hell he wanted to do. As I mentioned before, the tight ends, they were having a field day. It was a very, very eye-opening performance, I must say. The lack of, Matthew Stafford. I don't know what they gave him on the plane ride over, because apparently they got there the day before or something like that, and he just was doing he was just doing the damn thing. I'm telling you, this game got so bad that if you was watching it, you noticed in the last half of the second quarter, the Rams took their foot off the gas. They took their foot off the gas. I mean, they got the ball with like little under 2 minutes left in the second quarter. They could have went down and tried to score. They didn't. They just basically just took it and just drove it, ran the ball without ran the timeout, and that was it. They did the same thing basically in the third quarter. Now we go and score a touchdown, and next thing you know, the Rams put up 14 more goddamn points. I mean, what does that tell you? But honestly, the Jaguars really got exposed. I'm not gonna say embarrassed, because if you really looked at the first few games we played, if it weren't for the defense getting turnovers in a timely manner, we could have lost as many as we won. So it really wasn't as embarrassing as a confirmation that this team still has a lot of work to do before they, be considered one of the top teams in the league. So,
yeah.
Hey, I'll tell the truth. The truth is the truth. It is what it is. They're not on that echelon yet. I don't care what nobody say. And I love my Jaguars, but the honesty is honesty. The bright spot, though, Travis Hunter, 8 receptions out of 13 targets, 101 yards, and his first NFL touchdown. That was a good thing to see.
Yep.
That was about it, because the rest of it was just pitiful, man. It really was a pitiful showing. It It was raining, so I'm gonna use that excuse. It was raining, so the field was slippery, so some of the receivers were slipping on their routes and stuff. I ain't gonna go there. Look, they played like crap. I'm gonna use Trevor's word. They played like ass. Okay, it's just that simple. So we lost 35-7. We going to bye this week. We live to play another Sunday. Okay, it's over with. Move on.
Yeah, turn the page.
Hey,
Jeff, do you have any Jaguars takes on that game?
I mean, I'm always up at like 6, 7 in the morning. So yeah, I watched the game, and if you can call it that, it wasn't a game. It was just a whooping. But I did not expect a blowout like that. But it was funny. I don't know. It was just bad. I don't.
Yeah, one more thing, and I don't know what. Hold on, Jeff. One more thing. I don't know what the hell going on with Cam Little, but he needs to get together. Ever since he kicked that 70-yard field goal in preseason, he's been ass, in Trevor's word. I don't know what's going on with him, but we need to fix it. Because I do believe a lot of the fourth down decisions that were made was based on his inability to kick field goals. I really do believe that. So that seems to be a developing problem that needs to get fixed between now and our next game.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, you're good. Yeah, that was actually a really good point. Their inability to kick, so they just kept going for it, turning the ball over. It was a bad game all around. Not for the Rams. It was just a bad game. I mean, I it's hard for me to talk too much shit because we did have that Matt Ryan year, and we've been there. I've been there, so it's hard to talk a lot of shit. But it was a not the game that you'd hope to see. It's that 8:30 in the morning game. I thought it would be a lot more of a defensive game than that.
I think we all did.
More than one.
Yeah, I mean, that's 100% what everybody was thinking.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yeah, honestly, this game kind of reminded me of like week 2 against the Rams, week 1 and 2, where penalties. I mean, we scored a little bit more points, but like penalties, like you're not going to win many games with 11 or with 13 penalties.
13 accepted.
Yeah, 13 accepted. However many were called.
18.
And this is a team that has feasted on their defense causing turnovers.
Right.
And that's like they've been like a bend but don't break and take the ball away at the right time kind of defense.
Mm-hmm.
And they just didn't. Like Matthew Stafford, I don't know what was wrong with his neck, but whatever was wrong with it, I hope it happens to my quarterback because
it was
he's been playing. Whatever.
Brandon,
he old.
Good point.
He old, and he's not playing like he old.
Right.
21 for 33 and 5 touchdowns. And it's insane. It really is. This Rams team is going to be scary. They said we played all 4 of us already in 7 weeks. They got 5 wins, 4 of them thanks to everybody's team here. So that's gonna be a scary team going forward, especially like they were able to do this without Puka. Devontae Adams showing you that he's still got it.
Yeah.
It was cool to see Travis. Like, they've been trying to get Travis Hunter in that end zone all year, and he finally did it.
Finally got him in there.
You can tell that was like a goal of Liam Cohen's was getting Travis Hunter a touchdown, and he finally got him in there. It's good to see him pop off. Brian Thomas looked like he fell back to what he was doing the first few weeks of the season, dropping the ball.
True that. You know that's so common now. It's not even mentionable no more. You're like, okay, yeah, he's doing the Brian Thomas thing now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
And
one other thing, we only ran the ball 19 times as a team, the whole damn game, 19 times.
Y'all been a really good rushing team too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard when you're down 21, but
but still, just 19.
You can't get completely. Oh, I got you. The Titans rushed 12 times. So
Trevor threw it like 48 times or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That shows you just one dimensional all the way around. I know you're trying to play catch up, but come on, do a little bit better with the run game.
Well, we've all seen this Rams pass rush. It's elite.
Yes.
Rams, like we all have been. And I think maybe the Colts probably did the best against it just because they probably had the best offensive line easily out of the division.
Without a doubt.
Like they I still blame. I mean, they lost this game. They made mistakes. Whatever. They lost that game. But Adonai Mitchell is the real reason they lost that freaking game. He took 2 touchdowns off the board against the Rams. I'm still bitter about that. That's why that motherfucker is not starting, and that's why he's sitting behind Gould and Doolin. He's still in the doghouse.
Hey, this is a week 7 reaction, not a week 4. All right.
Definitely triggered him, didn't we? We triggered
Yeah.
him on that one.
Yeah.
So irritating.
Hey, all I'm going to say is we had the lowest margin of defeat against the Rams. All right, even with your touchdowns taken away. Not the point.
They would have won with the touchdowns. What are you talking about?
I would have, should have, could have.
Man.
We played them really close until the 4th quarter.
Well, we played them close at the beginning. Now,
Yeah,
how about
yeah.
that?
It was 0-0 for the
There
game
you go.
started.
There you go. Exactly.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but it was an eye opener. As I say, the chickens came home to roost. Sunday. So, hey, we got the bye week this week. Hopefully, we get some things straightened out. Starting with the offensive line. So that's it.
Yeah. Right now, fading in and out of this over here. I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but my feed keeps cutting off. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we
You're
can.
fine.
You wait
Okay.
for a second.
Interesting. Anyway, I did enjoy that the moment Brian Thomas went out the game, Trevor Lawrence was like, "Oh, I forgot Travis Hunter's on this team," and just targeted the hell out of that man. I would have liked it earlier in the season because that's, I drafted him and stuff. But
I think for that, I think he's developing his routes as the season's gone on because they were feeding him early in the season, but it was very much like screenplays, really short.
Right.
And now they're letting him, giving him the ability to go downfield and make plays on the ball.
It was more like they was using more as a gimmick than the actual,
Yeah, a little gadget kind of guy.
route. Yeah.
I
but
think he's developing.
Yeah, that Rams front four ate the Jaguars offense alive. Was that back-to-back weeks of 7
Back-to-back.
sacks?
7 sacks. Yes, back-to-back weeks.
Damn.
Back-to-back. But we called it in the preview show. We said that line wasn't nothing to play with. So, hey, it is what it is. It happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about a revenge game then, folks. Mike Vrabel brought his Patriots down to Nashville for a revenge game against the two-tone Blue Boys, and it went about as well as you would expect. Mike Vrabel's Patriots got the final score win of 31-13. One of my former bosses actually put a bet on the over on that game and ended up winning like $390.
Wow.
Glad we could assist.
Huh?
Glad we could assist that.
Hey, you're welcome. This is what you got to do.
Can't do without our 13.
For the predictions,
I've had this.
I had 44-17 New England. Eric said 35-17 New England. Jeff with the closest 31-10.
Yes, he was close.
Andrew 21-20 Tennessee. So Andrew, let's hear about what went down in the Mike Vrabel Bowl.
Ooh,
yeah.
3.
The defense not great. And then Simmons, I think first quarter exit, not being able to come back. Definitely doesn't help when the best player in your team doesn't play on an already questionable defense.
Yeah.
And Sweat came back. He definitely looked like somebody who needed to get back in game shape a little bit. But he made some plays. He made a sack. Speaking of quarterbacks that have been playing out of their mind, Drake May is playing at an MVP level right now. So shout out to Drake May, I guess. Stevenson had his best day on the ground. We were 12 times. I was right, Eric. 12 times for 39 yards. That's ugly. Ugly. And and it was closer going into how the offense looked better in the first I'm in the group chat with a couple other Titans. They're like, oh wow, this offense already looks better. Chim DK had a kind of a coming out game. They finally got him involved in the offense, and I think that's probably why Tyler Lockett asked for his release. You could see the writing on the wall that Jim was about to get a lot more snaps. The snaps are about to go way down. He's old. Go play for a championship. I respect it. Go do something with your career. Don't get stuck here for the last couple of years of your career. Cam actually, he had an interception and he had that really weird fumble, like the 2 weeks in a row where the ball just comes out of his hand. Whatever that is, whether it's him patting the ball or sweat or whatever it is, I don't really care what it is. Fix it. But you take that out of it, like he played a decent game. He's 25 for 34, 255 yards, a touchdown. In the interception, it came off Chig's hands and went to. It was off target, but I don't know if he expected Chig to sit down on his route and Chig went to the inside. You never know. All you see is an interception, But either way, it came off his hands right into the defender. We'll see Calvin's not out there. Jeff's not out there. Snead goes out too. No, he was playing like shit anyway. You're looking at this game like with 2 minutes left in the first half or so, like around there. We're up 13-10. Appreciate it, Trey. I didn't make it though, so whatever. We're looking at 13-10, and then you give up a fucking 45-yard bomb, whatever it was. You go down 17-13, and then you don't even really try to go get a field goal or anything after that. Like I think there was like a minute left, and you had all 3 timeouts. And then you come out, give up a touchdown on the first drive, and the Cam Ward fumble thing happens to a touchdown. They get 2 touchdowns in 11 seconds, and now it's 31-13. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? Like it was 2 drives ago. It was 13-10. What the hell just happened? And it fell apart fast, and we weren't able to pick up any steam.
Don't blink when you're watching the Titans game.
So I'm hoping that we can take what we did in the first half on offense and build on that. So there is like a little bright spot of like, hey, if you really enjoyed what the Titans offense in the first half, Cam Ward kind of to do what he wanted to do, and if he can figure out how not to fumble the ball, maybe you're looking at a different game. I don't know. It was really damning when was it Booty that came out and was like, "Oh, tell us about that touchdown you got right before half. That was like that 40-yard touchdown." And he's like, "We just took advantage of lazy cornerback and safety play," and that's like, and Snead's been playing lazy. It's like this, for instance, the Texans game where he kind of locked up Nico for most of the game and then gives up a fucking 2nd and 32 without even putting his hands on him. Like, I don't know. It's going to be a rough season. Another bright spot still is Cedric Gray. So I think he's like top 5 in tackles, and he's playing at a great level. But if you want to have anything, like your young guys are looking good. So Cam is getting better each week, I feel like. He still makes a bunch of dumbass mistakes. But we've seen quarterbacks that have elite rookie years just burn out in 2 seasons later, and quarterbacks that struggle and I think I'd rather see them struggle a little bit and grow from those things and just it'd be easy for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like make the mistakes now when we're not in a window right now. Like we're building. So make the mistakes, learn from it, and if you want to say anything about him, he wants to be good and he's willing to put in any kind of work to be great. So I'll take what it is for now.
Valid. Jeffrey?
I called it. No, it was like you said. It was actually a really close game there in the first half, and I was actually surprised. And then like you said, wheels kind of came off. And again, it's hard to be critical. It's the last couple of years the Colts have done a lot of similar shit, and it's I've been there. You have to act like you've been there, and the Colts definitely have been. So, but yeah, it was a really good first half, and then just they just completely let it go. Yeah. That's all. I was just watching on Red Zone.
Don't blame you. Eric? It's like, another touchdown.
Hey, I'm gonna lie. This was the first weekend Wait a minute. Okay, this is the first weekend. I thought I heard it coming through my big speakers. This is the first weekend where I actually got to watch each team play their
Yeah,
individual
they're all different
game.
windows. Yeah.
Yeah, this was first weekend, so I said, let me see what Tennessee gonna do. And 13-10, I'm like, okay, they putting up a fight. That's good. But somewhere in there, the fight went left real fast.
Mhm.
And I'm not even gonna lie. Halfway, I think it was like 24-10 or something like that. I dozed off, and I woke up and it was 31-10. I'm like, what happened?
13.
Okay, 13. My bad. See, I lost it, but I'm like, dang, that went left real fast.
Did.
It really did. But hey, I'm not gonna knock the Titans. Everybody got to go through them growing pains with a new quarterback. Defensively, yeah, Snead. I was laughing. I'm like, man, they paid that guy all that money. And he just trash.
Just not giving a fuck.
Yeah. So, but overall, it is what it is. My favorite words. It is what it is. Tennessee is Tennessee for right now. So sorry, dude. I feel your pain.
Off to the leading scoring offense, Colts.
Yeah.
No, we still got another one to go first before we get to the Colts.
No, I'm talking about us.
Oh, y'all. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not gonna be pretty.
R.I.P.
That's not gonna be pretty at all.
Yeah, week 9.
No.
Yeah, watching the Titans game, I was pleasantly surprised to see that it was competitive early. The Titans jumped out to a quick lead, and I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Are the Titans about to do this right now? Should the Patriots be on upset alert?" Drake May got hurt, and I was like, "Oh shit! They're bringing Josh Dobbs in. Is this about to happen?" And then it didn't happen, like at all.
It went the opposite direction.
The 180. They were just like, "Fuck it." We forgot what the plan was anyway. So, I don't know. I do wonder at times if there is either like a financial benefactor or something happens when you put on the two-tone blue as a young quarterback, where you just like the hero ball aspect and then like the random turnovers, because like the last two have just like all the turnovers, like Will Levis doing the floopty doops, and then fucking
Put that in Madden.
they really do, and then Cam Ward has like intermittent butterfingers or some shit, potentially sweaty ass of the center. Who knows?
Fair. His
Yeah.
floopy dupes usually end up pretty good. Cam's floopy dupes are good.
Yeah, to be fair.
You just can't hold on to the ball. He's like, huh?
Oh wow.
Starts playing hot potato with it. I don't know.
I think the Titans they're in for a rough ride. Anybody who bet the under on the 5.5 wins for the Titans this season,
Cash.
looking pretty good right now. Looking pretty good right now.
Shit.
But yeah,
I don't think I took that bet, but I think I did have the under on that.
The road to 11-6 starts right now, baby.
Oh my
Boy.
Super Bowl down, baby.
And the fantasy has begun.
You can't go 11-6 without going 1-6, baby.
Keep hope alive, my brother. Keep hope alive.
If I'm not gonna do it, who is then?
Oh, Lord.
Anybody else got anything Titans related?
No.
Let's move on to the late Monday night game where Houston traveled up to Seattle and left the offense at home for most of the game. A 27-19 win for the Seahawks. Here are the score predictions that we had, gentlemen. I said 21-17 Houston. Eric said 17-15 Seattle. Jeff 24-17 Seattle, and Andrew 20-13 Seattle. So Jeff, you were close, man.
You're on it, dude.
On the money this
Yeah.
weekend.
Andrew, before I get too deep into this, you got a head coach.
Yeah. There's a couple options that I'm actually really a fan of. I think the Mike McCarthy route isn't bad. He's been a proven winner. Somebody who's done the job, the opposite of Brian Callahan, somebody established, and then hopefully, however it is, I hope they keep Bones Fossil as our special teams coordinator because our special teams have been amazing this year. And I'm actually kind of a fan of Robert Saleh.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he did. I mean, look how much that Jets defense changed after he left. It went down like the next week went down the fucking toilet after he left. Because I'm imagining Mike McDaniel gets fired too, and they have a relationship. I would love a Robert Saleh led team with Mike McDaniel as my OC because I think he could dial up some plays for Cam. I don't like Joe Brady. I'm up in the air on Cliff Kingsbury. I think has he learned along the way? It's hard to tell what this Commanders offense looks like in year two of Jaden Daniels because he's been hurt all year, on and off the field. But yeah, I like the Mike McCarthy route a lot, and I'm someone mentioned the Robert Saleh thing, and I'm not completely against it because I think he can build a culture.
Yeah.
Because if any team is cursed, it's the Jets. So,
I mean, you're not wrong at all, actually. But all right, back to the Seahawks and Texans game. So the Seahawks jump out to a 14-0 lead, and there's all sorts of shenanigans that had happened up to that point, where we get bailed out with the not getting a safety because he was first contacted like just outside, like a cunt hair away from the fucking breaking the goal line. Get bailed out with that one. Definitely should have been a
I would
safety.
still call that a safety.
Yeah. I mean, I accepted it as fate because I saw the immediate judge in the back just going doing
Right.
doing that.
Exactly.
I was like, all right, well, we're fucked. But we kick a field goal, make it 14-3. Seahawks get into field goal position, admittedly a further field goal, 50 plus. And fresh off the PUP list, Danico Autry comes in and blocks the damn field goal after forcing Sam Darnold on the previous play to throw the ball away. Fucking clutch as hell.
I love Danico Autry.
Dude, he's huge, lanky. He can play all the positions. Very glad he's back.
Has a motor on him.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
And he's like 36. We block the field goal. We get in field goal position, kick one, 14-6 going into halftime. Somehow at halftime, we're 8 points away, and we have no business being that close.
Mm-hmm.
The offense does not look good. The offensive line is not picking up very obvious safety blitzes, and the stunts are getting them from time to time. While in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, CJ had like 48% pressure rate.
Mm-hmm.
So just astronomical failure on all ends. Some of that is him not feeling the pocket appropriately. Some of that is the line failing. Some of that is the running back failing. But there were moments of CJ Stroud stepping up, finding a guy, and he would fucking drop it. And it was a lot, and it was annoying as fuck. Also, outside of just the general normal of the offensive line being piss poor, we have regressed in the sense of we had found a left guard that had started and played 100% of the snaps for the last 2 games. And prior to that, we had a rotation at left guard, basically a 50-50 split. For whatever fucking reason, D'Amico Ryans, Nick Caley were like, Laken Tomlinson, get your old ass out there. You're going to be playing against your former team tonight. And that didn't work at all. Ed Ingram, who, PFF had graded him really, really high, to this point was made a fool of by Leonard Williams almost at will. Ariante Ursary, he's a rookie and he's not really showing signs of development and improvement. There's a lot of pass rushers that are kind of figuring out exactly how to get by his big ass. I want to say that the offensive line coach is kind of regressing. I want to say that Nick Caley regressed after the last 2 weeks as far as the situational play calling. Fantastic at left guard. He was right guard. Yeah. Should have waited. Yeah.
It's funny.
But look, there were several situations in the second half after Will Anderson does the strip sack that we recover in the end zone for a touchdown. By the way, hats off to the fucking defense. They're the only reason we were in this game. They're the only reason we're in most games. The offense looks worse than, the worst day of Bobby Slowick. So immediately after we scored that touchdown, they were like, fuck it, go for 2. It was 17-12. You go for 2, you get it. You're 14-17, field goal away from tying it up. They don't get it. All right. If you just kick the extra point, it's 13-17. All right. Later on, they have another drive that kind of stalls out, and then they end up in a 4th and 15, just outside of field goal range, and they have to punt. Or they go for it, rather. If they would have game planned on trying to set themselves up for a kick, that's 3 points. Well, guess what? Now we're 16-17. Then there's later on, you got a goal line stand where the defense bows up and you can't do anything after a 9-yard run to get you down to 1st and goal at the 1. You throw the ball 2 straight times and then throw the ball a 3rd time and nothing fucking happens.
Mm-hmm.
You kick a field goal there. It's 19-17. Maybe at some point the Seahawks kick field goal, bring it back to 20-19. Maybe everything else unfolds the exact same way and they get that other touchdown and it's 19-27. But then you factor in the late game effort where the offense finally gets into the end zone with the Woody Marks receiving touchdown rather. And you're looking at a tie ball game. All the only thing you got to do is just, fucking the offense that is anemic and is allergic to scoring points. If you just take the points that are given, you're in this game a little bit better than you think you are. It's a lot of overthinking. There was really, really bad 3rd and 4th down play calls on a 3rd and 1 and then a 4th and 1 right after it. This was just a complete and total failure from D'Amico down, with the exception of the defense. And the defense, we were the first team in, I think, since 2000 to have 4 turnovers caused in a game and lose.
Yeah.
It is annoying at this point. I'm over it. I don't understand why the Buccaneers can dig up Tom Moore's dead ass to be the fucking offensive assistant, but we can't bring somebody in to help Nick Caley fucking figure out how to play, like how to call plays. We got nothing. We can't call anybody. Like, what's Gary Kubiak's old ass doing? I know his sons are scattered amongst the NFL, but like, where the hell is that old man at? We got to figure out something. If that means we fire Nick Caley and we let somebody else call the offense, fine, fuck it, let's go. He was not my first choice anyway, but it's not like I get to call the shots anyway. So, all right, gentlemen, who wants to dive into that one?
I'll dive in on it. Yeah, I feel like this offensive line and CJ Stroud is wasting an elite defense.
Yeah.
Causing 4 turnovers. man, you held them to 2 and 14 on third down or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 100 yards rushing, but it took 33 carries to get there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they had a good yards per attempt or anything. A lot of penalties on both sides this game. That
Yeah.
yellow flag was out constantly.
All the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just a really good defensive game, honestly, and a better offense won. Sam Darnold didn't look as good just because he looked all year, but he looked better than Stroud, and that's all he had to do, honestly. JSN might be the best receiver in football right now. He's definitely in the conversation the way he's been playing this year. He's tearing everybody up. I'm not sure if anybody can guard that guy right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this offense is pathetic at best, really, and that's coming from a team that's scoring the least amount of points in the league. Yeah, I don't really. It's this defense that they've built. This great, amazing defense they built is just
At some point, the ownership has to realize that Nick Caserio can't fucking hire any more Patriot knockoffs.
Mhm.
And then D'Amico Ryans has no ability to evaluate offensive players. And neither does Nick Caserio, who can't fucking evaluate an offensive lineman to save his fucking life. I wish it was a different problem. You know what I mean? Like since 2002, this has been a problem.
Mhm.
You know, like the Texans have never just been like, oh, that offensive line, you know, fuck, you can't do nothing against that one. There was like 2 years from like 2010, 2011, and then after that, that was like the peak of our offensive line. It's just been a constant stream of how do we get back to that?
Right.
Nick Haley's hapless, and I fucking hate this man. Jeff.
I mean, there's not a whole lot to say other than, you know, I didn't stay up for this game. Honestly, it was, you know, I had to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I score watched for like a quarter, and I saw 14-0, and
Yeah.
no reason for me to stay up for this one. But so I don't have a whole lot of perspective to add to it. But like y'all said, you know, the Texans defense is really good. They create turnovers. They keep them in the football game. The offense just cannot do anything. Their offensive line isn't great. Their running backs, I mean, aside from when they played like the Colts last year, like it's just they can't run the ball. They can't pass it. They can't do anything offensively. Like you said, they've got to figure something out. Like something's got to give.
What's crazy to me is it kind of seemed like the offense seemed to figure itself out when Nico Collins went out of the game. I don't know if anybody else noticed that or was still watching at that point, but Nico Collins leaves the game in like the fourth quarter. And I was like, and then he just started looking around the field instead of just at Nico. And I was like, well, son of a bitch. Maybe that's
seeing Jalen Noel get some targets was cool.
Exactly. I mean, he exploded. Like,
did.
We can't get him to fucking catch him, like, to do shit. They won't let him do anything. They're like, let's put Braxton Berrios out there.
Right. You know, the funny thing about that is the announcers kept saying, why don't they throw it to Noel? Why don't they throw it to Noel? You know, let him get out there and let him go. You know, yeah. So I feel you on that. I really do.
Yeah, and we had a similar moment that Trevor Lawrence had on Monday night a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
CJ
so he
Stroud
didn't
gets
get up
on by the center, and he just fucking laid there like Peyton Manning.
You know, and while you're watching, you're like, is he gonna try and get up? Is he gonna get up? Is he gonna get up? And he just laid there. He's like, oh man.
Yeah. I bet that he fell and was like, I'm gonna get sacked anyway. Like, what are we doing?
That's
I'm not getting up just to get hit.
The way he laid there, yeah, you can say that's what he felt.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he felt.
There was one Seahawk defender that was about to come in there and just like kind of lay on him a little bit. And then I think it was Chubb just fucking decleated that guy. And I was just like, how's that not a flag? Oh, fuck. All right. Anybody else got any Texans Seahawks? Negative. All right. Well, let's talk about the only winner in the AFC South this weekend. That would be the Indianapolis Colts at the Chargers. 38-24, the final score. And here were our predictions. I said 38-35 Los Angeles. Eric said 35-34 Los Angeles. Jeff 34-30 Indianapolis. Andrew 37-33 Los Angeles. So Jeffrey, take it away. Let's talk about the Pony Boys.
I mean, there are a lot of reasons why this offense is doing as well as it's doing. But I think you actually kind of touched on it when you were talking about the Texans, Curtis, and that's how the offense looked better after Nico. And I'm not saying that Nico isn't a great weapon. I'm saying that there's no one receiver on this team that's like the standout favorite where they have to target him. They just have a lot of good twos, and it's working. Like, they all have different skill sets, and it all works for what they need to do in any given situation. And a lot of it is because of what Jonathan Taylor has been able to do this year. And I saw something on the internet that had to be rage bait. It was saying, the three best running backs, Bijan, I think it said Jahmyr Gibbs and CMC. And I'm like, how the fuck are you not going to say Jonathan Taylor when this dude has 11 touchdowns? He's right now, if the season ended today, he'd be the Triple Crown winner. Like, he is far and away the best back in the league right now, behind one of the best offensive lines this year. And I'm sorry, Tyler Warren right now, best tight end. They've got so many weapons that are doing so much in this offense that everything is working. They started off the game against the Chargers, 3 straight touchdowns. Chargers couldn't do shit to start this game. Big Grove, he had a tip pass. He tipped the ball, had a pick. So we've got defensive linemen that are getting interceptions. Latu's already had 2 this year. Nick Cross had a great interception in the end zone to turn him away. And Isaiah's, he's still on that. Yeah, he just can't admit how good Tyler Warren is. But no, I mean, Daniel Jones is, and going into the season, I was not high on this team. You can look back at the Unstable podcast before the season started. I had no expectations. No expectations. So I'm happy to be proven wrong. I really am. I'm enjoying every second of this, and they're putting up like historic numbers, and I don't understand it. I don't know where it came from. I'll take it. But if you even look at the stats in this game, the Chargers, if you just look at the yards and everything, the Chargers should have won this game. But they just couldn't finish drives. Like I said, that pick in the end zone to Nick Cross, I think he dropped back 55 times, and the Colts had 29 pressures. So that's a huge contrast to last year. I mean, there was a game, I think it was against Jacksonville, they had none on Trevor Lawrence. So it's a big difference what Lou Anarumo is doing and the different schemes that he's dialing up. But what can I say, man? Like, this team is just running at a really high level. I don't understand how they're doing it. This is not the Daniel Jones from New York. The defense, I mean, obviously the Colts have problems, especially on that defensive backfield with Ward being out, Jalen Jones being out. That's why a lot of teams are putting up yards. And that's I guess, my biggest takeaway from this is that they're not perfect, obviously. No team is. But Chris Ballard's got to do something with that trade deadline. It's hard to trade for a corner, especially midseason, but there's got to be something. I think Ward's still set to miss another 3 games. But hopefully, like I said, at least Jalen Jones is on his way back soon. What the hell did he say? The only strip sacking the Colts D-line does after the game in their Showed Hotel. Oh, he's trying to rage bait and failing. You can't take away the tie, baby. They're the best team in the NFL. Argue with your mama. Argue it. You can't. Nah, man. Even Daniel Jones, like, there was a 3rd and 17, and he dropped a perfect dime to Alec Pierce. Like, I thought, okay, the Chargers they're getting that momentum swing back. Like, they had a really good, series on defense, and then it was just upended. Like, this is Daniel Jones. You can just tell is just playing with a lot of confidence right now, as is the rest of this team. You can tell that they bought into what the Colts are doing. They bought into Shane Steichen. I was out on Steichen. I was out on Ballard last year. Again, I'm happy to be being proven wrong right now. I just hope it can continue. But, you know, they said the Chargers were a really big test. They were 3-0 in their division. They've been playing some really good football. And the Colts basically steamrolled them. I mean, I just thought it was fun. The Chargers' best drive was in that third quarter. And it took them 9 minutes to score. 8.5, 9 minutes. And I was just sitting back like, I don't even care. Because the Colts are giving them those 8, 9, 10, 11 yards. They're staying in bounds. And then it was like a 3rd and 1. And Herbert does a quarterback sneak to, get the first. I'm like, go ahead. Tick, 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 tick. That's all they did. Like they won time of possession. They won plays. And I was fine with it. Because the Colts already had it. And all you did was just play into what the Colts had. A 9-minute drive when you're down that big. It was funny to me. Yeah. I didn't even care that they scored. But yeah, it was a great game. The Colts played really well. They did everything they needed to. They played keep away in the first half and just ran up the score. The banana boat is an abomination. Yeah, those outfits were terrible. they were. That's probably why Daniel Jones didn't throw any interceptions. How the fuck could you with those outfits?
Yeah, those
a banana.
Those are some bright uniforms. They were.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about all I got, man. Jonathan Taylor, another 3 touchdowns. Tyler Warren with another touchdown. Michael Pittman starting to score in the red zone. So this is all stuff that were all problems going into the season that are just it's seemingly have corrected.
Yeah. Eric?
Look, this is my first time really watching the Colts play. And honestly, I came away very impressed. I was impressed, especially by the offense. Jonathan Taylor looks like the old threat that Jonathan Taylor used to be, when he first came into the league, where you just hate to see him get the ball because he can take it at any time. So, yeah, he really good. And of course, my favorite Colt of all time, that is a Jaguar killer, Alex Pierce, is still doing Alex Pierce stuff. I don't know how that cat gets open downfield so often, but he seems like in the game there's 1 or 2 times where he's running by himself, and he doesn't miss many of them balls either at all. So, yeah, I was very impressed. The defensively, yeah. It's okay. It's all right. The front 4, they handled their business from what I watched. Now, I don't know about you. They did handle their business. So they put pressure on my boy, so Herbert. So it was an impressive showing. And Tyler Warren is okay. I'll give you that. He's okay.
In the NFL.
Yeah, I give him that. He's okay. He's okay. I watched it. I'm like, oh, okay. I see what he's talking about now. He got a little something to him. In a couple of years, I can see maybe an all-pro written all over him if he stays healthy. But I'm not gonna say that too often. But
I'll take it.
But yeah, overall though, I came away impressed with the Colts. So it was a good showing.
I just wanted to kind of chirp on what you just said. I said at the beginning of the year, and I knew it wasn't going to happen, but the Micah Parsons thing makes so much more. I was talking about it. I speculated. I did like half of an episode of Unstable with it, knowing that it wasn't going to happen. But I'm like, right now, a trade like that makes way more sense. Like if they could have just had Latu, Buckner, Grover, because Buckner did his damn thing in that game.
Yes, he did.
And he's still a monster. He's old, man. He's getting up there, but he's still good. He's so good, dude. But nah, like it makes so much more sense now. But Ballard's got to pull the trigger on somebody. There's speculation about Crosby, but he's got to do something. Like it's clear the Colts are trying to make a run, and come on, Ballard.
Well, the Raiders informed Crosby that they're not going to trade him.
Probably.
So
they
I don't
should,
know.
But
yeah.
Honestly, if the San Francisco game goes as bad as I think it could go for the Texans, Danielle Hunter might be something. that we'd probably move on from.
You trade him to a division.
No, I don't know.
It would probably be for a pick, bro.
Hey, we got plenty of those.
Anyway, Andrew, Colts.
Yeah, dude, the Colts are really playing amazing complementary football. The offense isn't turning the ball over; they're scoring a lot of points. The defense is giving up yards, but they're not giving up points. And that's not just in this game; that's in general. Like they average, I think it's like 20 points a game against them. And when they've had one game where they didn't score 29 or more points. One. So this offense is playing outstanding. They said they don't get the ball up. Their special teams has played really good. They've only punted like 12 times, but when they have punted, it's been elite punting.
Yeah, Roberto's good.
Gould, I think he's averaging close to 30 yards of return on the kickoff. I don't think the punts have been as great, but still, like close to 30. Like they're doing it in all phases and helping each other out. Like when they say complementary football, the Colts are doing it to a T right now. And Daniel Jones is doing everything you ask him for. Make the right reads, don't turn the ball over, play within the system, and ride Jonathan Jones. I mean, at this rate, Jonathan Jones could break the fucking touchdown record for a running back if he keeps going at this rate, which is like 28, which is wild, but he already has like, what, 10, 11, 12?
11.
Did I say Taylor? What did I say? Did I say
Well,
Taylor?
Jonathan Jones.
Yeah, I said Taylor, right?
I know what you meant. You said Jonathan Jones.
Oh, I meant Taylor. Yeah, sorry.
Taylor, yeah.
It's late, dude. I've been up for like 20 hours. But yeah, I mean, the Colts are playing like every team in the NFL wishes they could play like right now on all three phases. Like they need help on defense, but they're, like I said, you can give up 1,000 yards a game, but if you give up 20 points, you should be sitting pretty fine. So, and to Buckner, what did he have, like 10 pressures this game?
It's crazy.
2 sacks.
He was all over the place.
Insane.
Yeah.
So, no, shout out to him.
Yeah, let him. But yeah, kind of like to piggyback on what you're saying, like just how good this offense has been. And I am not saying that Peyton Manning and those teams were not good. But historically, the Colts have not put up points through the first 7 weeks like they haven't. Yeah, I mean, you can look at their opponents and say, well, they haven't been the best in the NFL. And they haven't been. Some of their opponents were, the Dolphins, whatever. But, playing like they're playing, it's not by accident. Like, they're putting up big numbers on NFL teams. And this is things like Peyton Manning and those offenses did not put up the kind of points they're doing right now. This, like you said, this is a complimentary team that's just playing really well. Like, I don't want to say perfect, but their offense has been pretty damn close to it.
Yeah. And I'm not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do, which is just flip out, man. But it's fast approaching. It might be here, the time to give the Colts a little bit of flowers. If I can get through this,
it hurts. I did it just now. It hurts.
The pain.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It might be a heart attack. I'm not sure, but yeah, Daniel Jones is playing out of his fucking mind.
Isaiah.
Later, Isaiah.
He's playing out of his mind. Jonathan Taylor's playing incredible football right now. The offensive line is opening up holes so large that you could probably drive one of those wide load trucks through it. It's got the little racer car up in the front with the flags.
Mm-hmm.
You could drive any fucking vehicle through that. This was what we all had said was the first test. It was an offense that was capable. They got weapons. Your defense is depleted. Blah blah blah. And they went out there and checked all the damn boxes that the Colts possibly could have checked, and made Justin Herbert, who is, some people want to make Justin Herbert, an elite quarterback or a face of the league or whatever. It ain't him. All right. Anyway,
he's good.
Hold on to the Colts.
He's really good.
So cute though.
Hold on to the Colts. 38-24 over a presumably a playoff team is It's nothing to wag your fucking finger at. This is an accomplishment on par with, having played any other good team. There's some interesting stuff coming down the stretch for them, but
With the Titans.
Not this week.
Boy, if they lose to the Titans, I'm telling you, you're not going to hear the end of it. You're not going to hear the end.
I'm be like, let's do that like Saturday at Sunday at 6 o'clock. Let's do the reaction show right now. I'll pump the fuck up, baby. I gotta wear this hoodie. They only gave me one. I was wearing this hoodie, so I gotta make sure I wear this hoodie.
That's right.
That's what it was, obviously.
Anybody else got anything Colts related anymore?
You know what I often say, when you hear things like, well, they didn't play anybody, or look at their schedule. Look, the other guys get paid just like everybody else. They're not going out there just to lay down on the field and just get run over. You know what I mean? So if the Colts are winning, they're beating teams that's on their schedule. They're not hand picking them. Their teams were picked for them. It's the NFL, baby. That's what these guys get paid to do.
Yeah.
I mean, 6-1, number 1 seed in the NFC right now. You got to give it to them. They're doing the damn thing.
That's right.
What is the favorite Buffalo doing? They done floundered. They struggling like hell. The only team that's really impressive out there right now in the NFC is the dang on Colts. So, whether you like them or not, you got to give them the flowers.
That's enough, Eric.
I know. I was gonna stop right there. Look, I heard myself. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. That's getting a little bit.
And that's enough.
Yeah.
Don't want to make his cowboy hat not fit anymore.
But the Patriots have looked really good too.
Well, yeah.
Wish we had their coach.
Yeah.
Man. If only what could have been.
Why don't you see if you can get him? Once you see if you can get him, huh?
Yeah, I am a firm believer that he was going to go to New England regardless.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He was never going to stay here.
After he put him in the Ring of Honor, I was like,
oh yeah, he was gone regardless.
Yeah.
We just made it easier on him.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I think this is good. Easy. Go ahead and wrap her up. Do we have any more closing comments? Negative.
Never the Titans.
Duval, baby.
I was this close to saying fuck the Colts, and I didn't. And then Jeff's gonna come through with that.
Look, it ain't even worth your breath to say fuck the Titans anymore because they are.
Yeah, dude. You got bigger fish to fry, dude. Fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, why even waste your breath saying it?
All right. I want to thank you all for checking in with us and watching. Like, subscribe, notification bell across all the channels you might be watching from. Do it on Facebook. Follow us. Head on over to Titans Table for Two to support Andrew and Christian if you're a Titans fan. Head on over to Unstabled for the Colts fans. See Jeff and Justin holding it down. Jeff and Justin also hold it down on Tag Team Talk. And then Justin is the fantasy guy, and he's got Kingmaker Sports. Make sure you subscribe over there.
Fantasy football.
Huh?
Fantasy football.
That's what I said. Fantasy.
This is not an only fantasy. Well, you said fantasy. I just wanted to clarify football. Football.
Justin will fulfill all of your fantasies. Okay.
I'm calling Kingmaker for nothing. And then you got
all right.
Make sure you head on over to Third and Teal to support Isaiah, Eric, and Trevor. And then head on over to Let's Talk the Video Files to support Eric's channel. Like, subscribe, notification bells there. Do the same thing for That Real Texas Team podcast if you're a Texans fan. Most of all, people, be good people. Thank you for watching. Fuck the Colts.